Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
With the Venmo debit card, you can Venmo everything. Your favorite band's merch? You can Venmo this. Or their next show? You can Venmo that. Visit Venmo.me/debit to learn more. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. The card may be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. Venmo purchase restrictions apply.
This is Optimal Work Daily. 4 Easy Ways to Develop Your Charisma by Sarah Williams with MoneyMiniBlog.com. Charisma is one of those intangible qualities of a human being that you cannot exactly describe in words. In some ways, it is the X factor that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Charisma is a virtue that accentuates and sheds light on every other virtue in a person. When you have charisma, you become a charismatic man or woman. Charismatic people have always enjoyed the perk of being treated exceptionally by others in society. The best way to highlight the importance of charisma is by putting forward the example of leaders. The most popular and endeared leaders in the community tend to be charismatic. Those without charisma are unable to amass as large a following as the ones who do. One of the reasons why people sing and dance to the tune of charismatic leaders is because they are known to be mesmerizing speakers. However, you cannot confine the concept of charisma to speech only. There is so much more to this deceptively powerful human characteristic. If you are running low on charisma, then you may find yourself in a number of different complications. For instance, you may have all the credentials to get that lucrative promotion in your workplace, but without charisma, you are likely to be overtaken by your less able coworker with greater charisma. It's kind of unfair, but that's how life is. There is no reason to be flustered, though. You can develop charisma quite easily if you set your mind to concentrate on the following 4 things. 1. Personalize your speech. As noted before, eloquent speech is a key trait among the charismatic. You need to be able to speak in an appropriate, impressive, and imposing manner. The easiest way to do that is by personalizing your speech. So what do I mean by personalization? In this case, it means to have your original touch in everything that you say instead of using generic statements over and over again. For example, when talking about the traffic congestion in your city with a coworker, don't state the obvious by saying, "The traffic conditions are really bad." Instead, opt for more amusing words, such as, "This traffic makes me want to turn into Hulk and flip over all the cars." In the latter statement, you can observe the 2 secrets to fine speech. One is to create a visual image that makes it easier for people to enjoy your words. The second is the ability to relate to their feelings. When you say you want to flip over cars, you probably speak for a lot of people. When you are the one taking words right out of their mouth, they are more likely to become fond of talking with you. 2. Perfect your body language. Beautiful words count for nothing unless you can complement it with striking body movements. The way you talk, the way you sit, the way you turn, and the hand gestures you make all have a big part to play in determining how charismatic you are. Be confident with every stride, every nod of the hand, and every move of the finger. Confidence is the key to charisma. When you are speaking, regardless of whether the audience is one individual or a huge crowd, be sure to move your hands according to your speech. This makes it much easier to grab the attention of the people that you are talking to. Moreover, it gives off the impression that you know exactly what you are saying, and you have immense interest in sharing your thoughts with them. 3. Work on your facial expressions. Got your speech and body language right. Now what? Well, talking and moving smoothly will not have much relevance unless you exude the appropriate facial expressions. The last thing you want to do is have a dull face that speaks blanks. You need to know exactly when to crack a smile, when to pull off a smirk, when to narrow your eyes, when to widen them, when to have a frown, and when to bite your lips. No need to tell you the last one. The point is, people read your face before they listen to your words or notice your hand gestures. Let your face do the talking for you. Sometimes a facial expression is all you need to convince a person that you're up for the task. The simplest and easiest facial expression that oozes with charisma is the perfectly timed wink. You may want to practice that. 4. Adapt and evolve. Just because your boss found something amusing does not necessarily mean that your friends will. You can't play the same cards everywhere. Diversity in character, speech, and expressions is what makes a person truly charismatic. Adapt to the environment that you're in. Act accordingly and let your character evolve. Don't stick with the same expressions, catchphrases, jokes, and pickup lines. That will turn your personality into a rotting abomination. One of the best ways of evolving is by picking up witty and comical character traits from interesting people. When you find such people, spend a good amount of time conversing with them. You will eventually be able to pull off their brilliant gimmick. Transforming yourself from a charisma vacuum to a charisma fountain is not the easiest job in the world by any stretch of the imagination. It does require a good deal of thinking and a great amount of effort. However, if you stick to the 4 aforementioned ways, life will be much easier. You just listened to the post titled 4 Easy Ways to Develop Your Charisma by Sarah Williams with MoneyMiniBlog.com.
In case you haven't heard, it's officially in Abercrombie summer. The A&F Vacation Shop has everything on your packing mood board. I desperately need their new one piece, the A&F Marina. It's strapless, so flattering, and paired with denim shorts will be my go-to beach outfit this summer. Finally, your suitcase isn't complete without finding that dress. You know, the one for the photo shoot. Abercrombie's boho dresses have that perfect beachy, romantic look. Make it an Abercrombie summer. Shop their newest arrivals in-store, online, and in the app.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream house or ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Big thanks to Sarah, who is a guest writer over at Kaylin Bruce's site. Sarah Williams is a lifestyle blogger who specializes in self-development advice. Her mission is to help busy men and women of all ages create stronger bodies and minds and find true fulfillment from social interactions. And she shares her thoughts on Wingman magazine. As for Kaylin, he is the creator of MoneyMiniBlog.com, which is the website we got this article from today. Kaylin and his wife had $24,000 of debt, and they wanted to get out from under it. So Kaylin became a student of finances. They're now debt-free and building wealth, and he shares what he's learned over the years with you on Money Mini Blog. That is the website that is featured very regularly over on one of our other podcasts, Optimal Finance Daily, which is where we narrate blogs that cover personal finance and money topics like how to save more, make more, and invest more. So you can check out that show for more great content from Kaylin. You can find Optimal Finance Daily pretty much wherever you get your audio, and be sure to hit that subscribe or follow button as well. But that's going to do it for today. I thank you so much for being here, and I'll be back with you tomorrow for the Wednesday show, and that is where your optimal life awaits.